something met its demise out here. Well, folks, we are doing pretty good. Welcome to Retired for Life. I'm your host, Brian. I retired a few years ago after 30 years in a factory job as a machinist in a millwright. I needed to rediscover what life could really be like. When we purchased this property, the house had stood empty for over a year, and the property had been badly ravaged by poor logging practices. Since my retirement, I've been working to renovate the home and restore the surrounding forest to its natural beauty and attract wildlife back to the property. Join me as I learn about nature and working with wood to create the backdrop for this new chapter of our lives. Well, hello YouTube, and welcome back to Retired for Life. So we've got our last 3 10-foot logs sitting here. So what I'm going to do before we go back down to work on Bowmore, our off-grid cabin, I want to get these up to the mill, get them processed, and that will give me the lumber that I need for the job that we're working on for house siding come springtime. So let's get this done. I want to get these dried, sticker and stacked, and ready for use, and get this little job out of the way. So we're going to go up. You can hear the tractor running in the background. Going to go up, get the sawmill uncovered again, and get these in place, and we'll get these processed. I'm probably going to have to take the chainsaw to them. They're going to be a little bit long. They're usually a bit on the long side. So I've got to cut a few inches off the end just so I can get my mill right off the end of the log. All right, we'll see you up there.
Kingdom
Well, I didn't quite make it through all 3 of my remaining logs. I ended up with a bit of an issue on the mill. I broke the throttle cable, so I jury-rigged something up to allow me to finish the second log. So I need, from my last calculations, about 46 10-foot long, 8-foot wide, or 8-inch wide boards, and I have 51 there now. So my cable is on the way. I don't want to continue running the mill without the proper throttle cable, and my one log can wait. So we're going to head back down to Bowmore, our off-grid cabin build, and get back to work on that. All right, folks, before we get started on Bowmore, I wanted to show this to you. So I brought my E8 version 2 Pro camera down and set it back up. I've got the solar panel plugged into it, and I noticed this. Yeah, something met its demise out here. And of course, right at the time, I didn't have the camera going. There is quite the trail of feathers going across here. So there were lots of coyote out here, so I wouldn't be surprised if this had something to do with them. I'm not sure what kind of bird this would be, with its feathers being all white like this. Very interesting. Well, I'm going to collect up a bunch of these, take them back and put them in the freezer to kill off anything that might be growing on them, and then give them to a native friend of mine who collects feathers, and I'm very happy to have the opportunity to supply him with feathers like this. Okay, let's get back to Bowmore and get something done. So I've got my front and back walls in. Now, as I've mentioned in the last video, this is a one-way sloping roof. So the back wall is quite a bit shorter than the front wall. So my next step is to get the side walls in. And once the side walls are in, I'm going to be putting my doubled up 2x6s all the way across front and back, and they're going to stick out about an extra 16 inches on the side. And that is what's going to hold our roof trusses. So my side walls, as I said in the last video, my side walls aren't taking any weight. That's why they're just 2x4 walls. And also, as I said last time, this is a design as you go kind of thing. So we're figuring it out bit by bit. All right, folks, there is wall number 3 in. I'm quite pleased with that. It looks good. And like I say, there isn't going to be anything at all sitting on top of this wall because my big doubled up 2x6s are going across the front and back wall. So the only thing we'll have to do is put some 2x4 spacers in between the 2x6s kind of thing and the top of the wall. We'll see what that looks like, but we won't see just yet because we still got another wall to put up. Let's get to it. Well, folks, we are doing pretty good. Our 4 walls are now fully framed, which I'm very pleased about. You can see I've got 2 massive windows that are going in at the back here. That's going to let a lot of light in, which is going to be important. And I've got 1 small window there in that one side that will also let some light in as the sun is heading into the west. And then 1 small window here and my door there. So what I'm missing at this point is, of course, the roof. Now, what I'm seriously considering right now is taking this as a win, taking my 2x6s that I've got lined up for my joists and laying them on their side all the way across the top, and then covering the top with a heavy tarp and wrap the building with house wrap and protect the floor and everything else and keep things dry through the winter. I think that's not a bad idea. And I'll put a tarp on this porch piece out here as well and secure it down. So I've still got room for air to circulate underneath, kind of thing, for the time being. So that will help dry things. Yeah, I'm just worried about my lumber getting too wet. Like if I end up in a spot here, we get a sudden snowfall and I'm stuck, well, then I'm in trouble. Because I won't have the roof on and I'll have all this exposed lumber. Got to give this some thought, figure out what I'm going to do. Okay. Well, really, really good progress. I'm very pleased. Well, I don't know. I may take this as a win and just start buttoning things up here. I'll have to think about it. But anyway, folks, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I'm really pleased with this thing. It is really, really rigid. It's been an interesting experience building it. The next interesting part will be figuring out the roof. And we'll just see about when we're going to do that. So if you folks have got any thoughts, comments, suggestions, anything like that, as always, I would love to hear from you. I really appreciate the feedback and the help that I get quite often, and that really does help. So I think for today, we're going to start to clean up. I've had some issues with my Blue Eddy AC180. I can't get it to keep running. It kicks out on me all the time when I'm trying to cut lumber now, so I'm in contact with them to try and figure out what the heck is going on there. And then we'll just figure out what it is we're going to do. All right, folks, so thanks very much for watching. Remember to stay safe out there, be good to each other, and we will see you out on the trails the next time. What am I going to do here?
There's a happy child at home. There's a happy child at home. In my memory I could see. Standing out upon the hill. Standing out upon the hill. In the shadow of a tree. If I only had my way. If I only had my way. It would give my heart a thrill. It would give my heart a thrill. Just to simply wander back. Just to simply wander back to the cabin on the hill. Oh, I want to wander back. Oh, I want to wander back to the cabin on the hill. To the cabin on the hill. Beneath the shadow of the tree. Beneath the shadow of the tree. I would like to linger still. Just to be with those I love. Just to be with those I love. Joy my heart would overfill. Joy my heart would overfill. And I want to wander back. And I want to wander back to the cabin on the hill.